morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to Unity of Kona. We will begin our service by saying together our affirmation for the month of June.
Excellent.
Courage is stepping into the unknown in faith. I am grateful. We're gonna sing our opening song, Stand Together by Faith Rivera.
Hey. Something great is happening, love is taking hold and it won't let go of us now. Something here is calling us forward, upward motion, we're drops in one ocean, roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live a dream of our highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share your gifts with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's a moment for our greatness, let's stand together now. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing, to feel your passion blazing and shine. Paint with every vision and dance in new directions, explode to new heights in your mind. I will rise up with you today, lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live a dream of our highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share the gifts for the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness, let's stand together now. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world, one dream, one voice, one heart, one world. Stand together, one dream, one voice, one heart, one world. Stand together, live the dream of our highest calling, be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference, let's stand together. Share your gifts for the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness, let's stand together now.
Welcome, everybody. Today's daily word for Sunday, June 4th, 2017. Let go and let God. In the silence, I feel the presence and peace of God. Jesus went to the mountaintop to pray, and he left the crowds and his disciples to be fully present in the silence. Well, my mountaintop retreat may be symbolic, or as I seek time apart, whether it's in a chapel, a favorite chair, or just quiet moments carved out of a hectic schedule. I spend time in silence, communion with God. In the silence, I turn within to a private meeting place. In the inner chamber, away from outer distractions, I pray, I meditate, and I listen. I open my heart and receive to the still, small voice, to inspiration, to divine direction. Here in sacred oneness, I feel the assurance and peace of God. I can relax my body, gently set aside my concerns, focus on my breathing, and allow myself to be enfolded in divine love in silence. There is peace as I let go and I let God. The reading, he went up the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. This is Matthew 14:23. Today for Sunday, June 4th, daily word, let go and let God together. In the silence, I feel the presence of God, peace of God. Thank you.
And I wanted to thank Kea for celebrating with us this family day. So I forgot to give you your lei. So come up here, Missy. Home from summer school. And you know, since I have these little breakups in my voice, Sasha's going to share with you my lesson today. In her busy life. And also, because this is the first Sunday of the month, we also have a volunteer for the month. And so this person hopefully doesn't know who he is. Doc. He didn't know. He knows who he is. Hey, buddy. So we're honoring you today. So, in 10 words or less, which I put in the bulletin, if you want to hear a story, talk to this man.
I've nothing to say.
I surprised him.
Yes,
Hey,
thank you.
you're welcome. So we love him. You want to say anything?
I
No.
don't, first time.
Hey. First time for everything.
Thank you. I got to thank you guys for the last couple of years of the prayer that came from this sanctuary, from this church, from you individuals that kept me going. And prayer works, it does. And thank you for being here for me. I appreciate it.
You betcha. We love you. And I have one more lei because I have another daughter. And Sarah's here. She didn't know I was going to do this either. So that's part of the family. There's a whole lot more, like Patrick's family. But, and now we want to visualize our sanctuary as a beautiful heart. And let's just breathe into our heart space, and we see this heart moving in and around and through each one of us back into Sunday school. And we know in these moments that prayer is truly one powerful source of connecting with God. And in these moments, we allow that compassion, the caring, the understanding to move forward and through us. And if you know of anyone in need of prayer, see them in our heart. And if you know of any circumstance in your life, and especially in our world today, in need of prayer, see them in our heart as we say the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now I invite you to get comfortable where you are. Close your eyes if that feels right to you. And we begin our time of centering and prayer by just breathing. Let us take in a deep breath, that very breath of life that is God. And we hold it for just a moment. And as we exhale, we begin to relax. We relax into this holy moment, allowing our spirit to feel reconnected fully with the God of our being. relaxing our breath. We affirm this truth as we breathe in, God is. And as we exhale, in me, God is. In me, God is. In me. There is no other truth. There is only one presence and one power active in our lives and in the universe. God the good. There is only good. There is only God. And allow this truth to fill you, to nurture you, to comfort you, right here and right now. Relax and set aside anything that keeps you from being here right now. Allow this feeling, this warmth that comes from your heart to nurture you and truly know that you're cared for and never alone. God is the source of our supply, of all our needs, our wants, our desires. Spirit moves through us now. And as we go into a time of quiet prayer, whatever need you may have this day, truly ask, seek and knock, knowing the answer is already there. And in the silence, we listen. I invite you now to take another deep breath. And as we exhale, we feel that presence, that power in every cell of our being, inviting us to spread our truth, our light and our love from this moment forward. And with a grateful heart, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for reminding us of who we are. And so it is. Amen.
So I dare say we're going to talk today about courage and grace. We are.
It takes courage to have error in thought, right?
That's right. This morning as I was driving in, I was like, I am mustering all the courage to just be up here.
Yeah.
And but I have a great teacher.
Thank you.
What are you called on to do today that requires courage from you? Everyone in this room has something happening in their life that is calling you to be courageous about. The dictionary states that courage is the quality of mind or spirit that enables a person to face difficulty, danger, pain, etc., without fear or bravery. How many of you have faced those kinds of situations before? I'm sure every one of us here have probably done it even more than once. No one wants to be called a chicken, but let's face it, some things are scary, right? Some things that might bring up a lack of courage are public speaking, spiders, snakes, heights. Changes can bring up fear too, like moving, starting a new job, a new relationship. Think of the things in your life that require you to have courage or strength to do something that is new to you. Remember, there are only two fears we are born with: the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. So, where do we get the courage when we need it? From inside our heart space, the love center of our being, where God resides. From the Old Testament, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord, your God, goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you. Do you find these words comforting? What? Say yes. It was. When I read that this morning again, I was like, all things are possible. God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. So in times of stress or fear, what do you do? I actually want to hear from you. What do you do in times of fear or stress? Work out. Okay. My sister works out.
That was the first time I sang by myself when I was pretty nervous. I'm sure it came through.
I was going to tell you after you did a great job. So I thought you did a great job. So you just took that step forward and did it anyway. Anyone else? What do you do in time of fear or stress?
Deep breath. Let go of any fear and move into it.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Deep breaths. Breathing. Pray. Anyone else? Eat chocolate. I like that one. Lao Tzu wrote, "A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step." So just like what you said, you took that step up here today to sing, and we do that one step we take. This is courage, taking the first step in the direction you're being guided to take, and then continuing with each step as you move towards your goal, your dream, or your desire. Courage is the ability to keep your morale up when opposed or threatened by some real or even imagined event. We all have to face our fears. Some of the things we are afraid of are very scary. There's no getting away from that. But the truth is, the fears are in our mind, our thoughts. Take those thoughts and let them go. Give them to God. I remember when I was actually at Unity Village for the first time, and I was a teenager, and I was walking through Unity Village. We had a free time. I think we were on a God walk. So first I went to the prayer chapel. So Unity Village is the headquarters of Unity, where Charles and Myrtle started it. And I was at the Peace Chapel, and I was sitting there praying, and it was just silent. And I was really nervous. I was running for an international officer, so you'd get the chance to travel around the country and be an example of the youth program here of Unity. So I sat in the prayer chapel, and it was quiet, and I remember it's a very wonderful, peaceful place. But then I kept walking on, and I don't exactly remember where it was, but it's where Charles Fillmore, in this room, they had lighted up affirmations all the way around. And it was so powerful to me. I felt like these affirmations were just like glowing. And the one that popped out for me was, and I've said it my whole life, how he has it written is, "Faith is the strength of the soul inside, and lost is the man without it." And that gave me the courage to go up on stage in front of, how many children are at?
500.
400 or 500. I'd never been on a stage in front of 400 or 500 people before to talk and introduce myself and say why I'd be the best representative. So for me, I use that. And I think I had said at the time, I was 16, faith is the strength of the soul inside. I'm the woman to use it. And it's shortened, but I've used it all throughout. In every courage thing, that pops in my head. Faith is the strength of the soul inside, which would give me the courage to go away to college, to every bit. Those are my affirmations. That was my stepping out. Remember, God's strength is available to you if you will just remember that you are never separate from that power. And that's what those affirmations felt to me. Unity's first principle is there is only one presence and one power active in my life and as a universe, God the good. By remembering this, we bring forth the courage we need to keep our morale up when we feel opposed or threatened. Know this too, there is never lack when it comes to courage. In our heart, there is always more. Cheryl Richardson wrote this in her book, The Unmistakable Touch of Grace. That's this one right here. So this is her book. You are not alone. There is a powerful supportive energy guiding your life, and it always has your best interest at heart. When you call upon it for guidance and support, it will respond. Spiritual signposts will be put in your path to guide you to your highest good. Follow them. Here are the 4 gifts that Cheryl gives to everyone who reads this book. Okay, so her four guides. You have a higher purpose for your life. The more you surrender to the divine will and allow grace to lead, the more you'll find the right doors open to support you in fulfilling your life's purpose. You'll learn to recognize and respond to them. Walk through those doors with courage and faith. You have what it takes to face any life challenge. Isn't that comforting? We all have what it takes to face any life challenge, because life can be complicated at times. As a human being, you will experience loss, disappointment, failure, and fear. But you don't have to suffer. As a matter of fact, your most challenging life circumstance may turn out to be your greatest blessing. Your reliance on the power of grace will give you the faith and spiritual fortitude to face life's ups and downs with confidence and poise. You are a student in the school of life. As you view your life from a higher, more spiritual perspective, you'll begin to see that everything happens for a reason. Every event, experience, and person you encounter is intended to support your soul development. Take advantage of these opportunities. You have the peace and happiness you desire already within you. When you deepen your connection with the divine by balancing activity with silence, you'll discover this true source of joy and happiness. You'll experience a heightened sensitivity to beauty, deep inner peace, and a profound feeling of connectedness to all living things. Enjoy these gifts. So, we have to have faith and allow the courage that is you to guide you and direct you each moment of every day.
That's right.
Thank you for helping me share my courage being up here on stage today. I keep talking? We got more time? I read it too fast. I've timed myself this morning.
Well, we also skipped Larry's song, so we're
okay.
We're okay?
So we'll play again in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. But anything come to mind? Sarah, you got anything you want to share?
Think about that.
Okay, you got a minute.
As we're walking through in our family, I feel each one of us in our family right now is being called upon to be courageous. And Mom, you've been giving us these tools our whole life, so now we get to be courageous for you. Since we were little, we've been coming to Unity our whole life. And we believe we had the power within us to do all things.
Before we knew what everything happened.
There you go. It's a tag team.
Before we knew that everything happens for a reason, before I knew what that meant, we were saying that when we were 2. Everything happens for a reason. I dropped my cup, Mom. You know, we don't know why it happens, but we have to have courage to get through. We have to have courage to lean on one another and ask for help, because that's sometimes very difficult. But we can do it, because that's why we're here, right?
Absolutely.
Because we have a purpose. We don't always know what that is, but there is a purpose.
Yes. You're doing good.
So we are going to have faith and allow the courage that is you to guide you and direct you each moment of the day. And I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to hold that and walk that around, because it is hard to remember that in the times of challenge. It's hard to remember that everything happens for a reason. That doesn't seem right. Like, why is this happening right now?
Yes.
But we have to have faith.
And I'll talk to you.
All right.
You know, whatever. You know what? This is kind of fun. And, you know, it's just such a blessing to know all of you are supporting me in the best and highest good. And I have experiences of this week that are phenomenal. Plus, I made it through 3 tube tests, one of which, an MRI, I said, I would never do that again. And I made it through. And every clinician, every person that took care of me loved our jokes because my kids are with me. And one person said, oh, you're that positive lady. He did. He just walked, he goes, yeah. And that was before the MRI. So, I mean, every step of the way. And when I had a PET scan on Friday, the guy's on the same food plan I'm on. So he knew all about it. So every person, plus the doctor called me on Friday afternoon because she wanted to talk to me. And so all these things are happening in divine order. And like my girls said, they were raised in these principles. So could I have a better army behind me and with me than my family, my friends, my loved ones, as I go through this adventure? And so it's incredibly powerful to have this happen. And only good can come of it, whatever that might be. So embracing all of it from this moment, because that's all we have. We only have this moment. So what are you going to be thinking? Courageous thoughts? You best be hoping so. Because those dark nights do come. When the other one thought can take you down a spiral. By the grace of God, I don't go there. And if it is, it's very fleeting. Because all I do is meditate, pray, write down every food and every calorie and carbohydrate and net fiber and blah, 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 because that's what I got to do. And I test my blood 3 times a day and do my ketones twice a day. But it's working. All of this is part of a divine plan. So every person that I meet, every person that I talk to, sadness is not the number one thing. Health and wholeness, God's grace, God's courage. Because grace lets us walk through things, times of difficulty, with courage. Sometimes you gotta be a fighting warrior, and sometimes you have to let it pass through. And that's grace. And knowing that we are never alone, never. God is always with us, showing us, hey, Deb, hey, all of us, this is the way, the truth, and the life, and the light, and we will continue to follow it every moment of every day with courage, fortitude, and whatever life has to offer. And so each day, keep moving forward. Whatever your challenge might be, homework, schoolwork, public speaking, at the age of 15. And when I asked her, I said, hey, Kia, you on a platform? She goes, okay. She didn't hesitate at all. She practiced, Mommy practiced, Sarah got put on the spot, Dawn sang out loud. What is it that you're being called to do? Find that courage. Courage is of the heart. And that's what it means. So heartfelt giving, loving, and serving. We're here to do this. And Cheryl Richardson's my pal, and she helps me through a lot of things, as do all those middle of the night meditations. So God is good. Let's keep moving forward together. Thank you, everyone.